So the first presenter from UK, the founder of Hit Me Baby, is Jason Lamont. Over to you, Jason.
Hit Me Baby is, in our belief, a true multi-platform entertainment format. It's a smart app, website, social game, TV format and live event, scalable globally. It uses social media to build audience, employs superstar artists to deliver engagement, and it's born really from a what-if idea, which is what if you put a piece of music out into the world and you gave it over to audiences to collaborate and create with superstar artists. And the app itself is really, really simple tool, much like the best TV formats actually, is take a backing track from a hit artist or a known producer and you add your own lyrics and you add your own melody, which we call the top line. It's powered by Facebook. You share it on Facebook. We've created a chart system that would exist in Facebook based on the number of likes, and really keen to use that ecosystem to amplify audience, of course. You start the app and you go in and choose a writer. So choose Egg White. You learn a little bit about Egg and the artist he's written for. You can then go back into the studio mode and have the option of watching a tutorial, previewing the track, or going through to iTunes to buy some of his previous hits. In the studio mode, it's very easy. It's color-coded. It takes you through the different sections of a song, bridge, verse, chorus, etc. When you're ready to go, you can tap and add your lyrics, and then simply ready to record, 3, 2, 1, takes you through the song, shows you where you are, your lyrics appear. When you're done, gives you the option of sharing it on social media sites, or even emailing it to a friend to collaborate with. And then we have a Facebook chart, which is made up of, built on the number of likes. The end game for us is a TV format, but I wouldn't say TV in the traditional sense necessarily, because it could exist anywhere. But the idea being that the creators of the top tracks are chosen to go into the studio, create a hit for an A-list artist who will pop in every now and then, see how they're getting on. And at the end of the series, we'll have 12 hits to be performed at the Hit Me Baby Song of the Year event, which will be a live international event with internationally broadcast, where the audience will get to vote on Facebook, of course, with a compilation album released the next day. Now, there are many formats that the TV show could take, but that's the general idea we're following.
How do you see your competing environment?
Yeah, it's obviously very competitive. I think the unique thing for us is working directly with stars. We've really put a lot of time into working out, what writers need and what artists need, And if I go to Dr. Luke and he loves this, he's going to get Lady Gaga to have a go, Maybe not so with Glee, but definitely with this. That's my approach anyway. Make it cool, make it very functional for them, and then they'll embrace it.
Jean-Sébastien Cartier from Jakaa in France.
I like you to imagine that tonight you'll be on your couch in front of your TV. At some point, something happens on the screen. And at this point, you want to say something or make a joke or shout, and this is what Jakaa is all about. It will be a place which is dedicated to share and comment live television. On Jakaa, you can connect with your friends, know that they're watching TV, that they're connected, know what are they watching, and you can choose to chat only with them if what you want to say cannot be shared publicly. That happens. Or you can choose to chat with everyone else watching at the same channel and engage the conversation. And all of this makes your experience of TV richer, funnier, and better. Jakaa's purpose is not only to live comment television, it's also to be a full entertainment media that people use, that people share, and that people enjoy when they're watching TV. Obviously, the place for this media, for this entertainment media, is on the second screen rather than on the TV screen. It can be on a laptop, it can be a smartphone, it can be a tablet, and this is why we're planning to extend to a maximum number of different platforms as fast as we can.
What I've found really interesting about what you're doing is the potential to add some gravity to the social graph. And I think that's where a lot of Silicon Valley innovation is happening at the moment.
Beyond that, I think that your 300 or 500 friends on Facebook, you don't want to share what you're thinking of a stupid TV reality show with them. And that may happen, and you've got your social graph on Facebook, but there are stuffs or subjects that you won't share with a closer circle of people. That may be television, that may be your location when you're using Foursquare or something like that. And I think we'll have different circles and different mini social graphs built inside the big Facebook graph.
So our next presenter is Jack Thorogood from Invideous in the UK.
Hi there. The focus of Invideous is really helping publishers to better monetize their online video. Our lead product, which we launched last year, is an in-video pay-per-view platform to enable publishers to very easily monetize their video content. The user experience is exceptionally simple. It all takes place within the player itself. The viewer chooses which tariff option they'd like to opt for. They can enter a voucher code if they have one. They choose how they'd like to pay for the content, then they check out and the video resumes again. Our secondary monetization tool is our hotspot ad format. This is something which is really, really simple. It sees us add hotspots to the video content, effectively query an ad server with the metadata, and return a clickable result. From a user's perspective, it's totally intuitive. So the hotspot appears on generally items within the content. They can hover over the hotspot, an ad appears. If they're so inclined, they can click on the ad, and the advertiser's website opens in a new tab. Moving on from our direct monetization tools, we built a social view platform, really to help our publishers mitigate some of the negative effects that putting a pay-per-view system on the front of a video has in terms of its viral dissemination.
Our idea would be to work with the advertiser or the advertising agency to create that kind of a...
Well, we wanted to be much more scalable than that. So effectively, at a very base level, at a backfill level, we can plug into, and we have done in the past, plug into a paid search feed from Yahoo, for instance, and we're querying it in exactly the same way as somebody putting golf club in a search engine. We're querying that paid search database, and we're getting fired back with effectively the top 5 paid search advertisers for that particular phrase.
So on to Mediabong from France.
Mediabong is an ecosystem which is made of 3 different players, producers, publishers, and brands. We are a brand value indexing system. We have a semantic search platform, we have a video content marketplace, and an automatic syndication system. So what does that mean for producer? The solution is very simple. We do have a content indexing, a brand value indexing. Producers choose the way they want to sell their stuff, either fixed or performance sale. And we have also a great tool which enables them to have their content automatically pushed on the partner's website. So the benefits for them is quite simple. We have multiple broadcasting and instant revenues as far as someone is watching it. For the publisher, the solution is very simple. They dynamically receive video which are based on their editorial entries through our engine, and they got 3 options. Either they purchase the content, otherwise they rent their audience, otherwise we have a system which is a micro-payment system for snacking videos. And brands, well, the solution is very simple. They find relevant content based on brand values. They can connect their ad with these brand values and choose the way they're going to be distributed, either through campaign or the one with a strong connection and branding.
It's a very interesting space you're in, which is growing very fast. Yeah. What is your kind of one-sentence differentiation versus all the 8 or 10 video networks like Tremor, Brightroll, Videology, who are all converging with tools around this space?
Well, first, we're really working with producers and TV channels, so we know exactly what their business is. We're just not like a technology tool. We really understand what they're looking for. So we are more driven on the content and the semantic world around that content, and really the customer experience is for us something really important.
Could you comment a little bit on the technological problems you're trying to solve? So what specific problems around semantic are you trying to solve here?
Yeah. Well, you know, what is fun, and when you work into the content, you understand that, because when you talk to people who are publishers or marketers, they don't really know what they need, I mean, in terms of contents. Unless they say, okay, I want a 24, I want friends, because I know that, everybody knows that. You don't really know what you need in terms of values into the content you're looking for. So actually, they just come with their keywords, and they say, okay, I just like to have something. For instance, the universe might be automotive, and I like to have that kind of value, like generosity, like whatever. And we've indexed all that content previously, so once they do their search, we should provide them with the right content in terms of environment and in terms of brand values.
From Lorenzi TV, please welcome Philippe Laurent.
So, LorenziTV.com, we broadcast live sports. Our vision is to propose a service when you can watch your sport live on your website. So our solution to broadcast live sports, our aim is to gather all the sport in just one place. Our core business is live. So every week you can find live events on our website. After the live, you can find every sport in replay, in catch-up. And we bring as well a journalist content of all these sports, since they are forgotten about traditional press as well. So for us, this is perfect timing regarding all the available technology and the market trends. Our business model, it's very easy. We have a freemium access. So you can go free on every live. There is some constraints, advertisements, the player is small, and you can go on a pay-per-view or plan if you want better quality image, all the live statistics going on during the game, and to download the VOD after a while. So basically our aim is to become the Spotify of sports and to develop in other European countries first, on the first step, since every federation and league in these countries got the same issue to be more representing on TV and network.
Thank you. What are the key metrics for you that you would be following? Typically, let's take on the boxing event example. How much does that cost to produce? How do you share? So what's the minimum level of audience that you need, and the minimum level of monetization, etc., etc.?
Very easy. To be profitable, it's just several hundred people connecting to the website. That's about it.
On what model? On the ad-funded model?
There is a code financing on the production with the federation, so they pay a small amount of the production, enough to cover, to pay like all the operators and a bit of the bandwidth that we need on every game, since we don't broadcast by satellite, but everything with internet. This allows to reduce cost. So they pay a part of that, and they get, can I say, refunded by the percentage on the revenue that we generate by pay-per-view and some advertisement.
Okay, so now on to Timo Polijärvi from Hitlantis in Finland. Your time starts now.
Hitlantis is a vivid living community site for music lovers who can now discover music, fresh new music, the way they've never done before, by browsing content on a visual map-like user interface. It's also a community site for unsigned bands and artists out there to advance their career. They all have the exact same problem: how to break through. Their challenge number one is the fact that 99% of them will never get a recording deal through traditional channels, period. Their challenge number two is the pretty horrible state of current content discovery of internet services. And if they can't find you, who could possibly listen to your music, let alone buy it? Solution is Hitlantis. Fully zoomable, map-like visual user interface where every ball you see is a band/artist. The colors represent musical genres, like pop, rock, metal, etc. And it's a game board. The closer to the center they're located, the more popular they are. And that popularity comes from the activity of this community. Very simple game-like approach, where the most popular ones do move towards the center and actually may win things like live gigs, studio time, and record company pitching through our great partners. And we're, of course, always on most of the platforms.
How did you validate that there is a consumer need that I actually am struggling to find what I want?
Well, I spent the past 17 years in music business and IT business, and been personally struggling with every single service out there because I can't find anything. I can't settle with the top 40, which is being thrown to my face. And I know from the experience that there are a lot of people who think the same. They have told me that they don't like what's being offered. They want to be able to find, just like walking to the record store. That's why I'm always talking about that example. That's why.
Building your own sort of app/UI, or is it to be integrated into other music players or devices or playlists, software?
Hitlantis.com is the individual, service itself, community, and now next week we're going to launch our first mobile application, which is a native iOS application.
On to our next presenter, who is Vincent Tosier from Cognik, or Cognik, I suppose.
Hello, we are going to talk about personalized media experiences with Cognik. Cognik is the right pronunciation. We have built this company around one vision, which is that we know that it's very difficult to make TV viewers change their habits, right? So we decided that we would bring them the convenience of on-demand with the ease of use of a TV channel. To do that, we have built a unique technology to bring to each person the content they would expect from their dream channel. It's just like putting a TV programmer behind each individual. We work with telecom and media companies who have content catalogs, who have audiences and brands to monetize. We transform their flat content catalog, video mostly, can be games as well, into personalized experiences, mostly personalized TV channels, where basically our system is going to put the on-demand videos one after the other, like creating a dynamic playlist personalized to each user. We do that according to each individual taste, and we do it also according to the screen type that we address. It can be a computer, of course, but mostly a TV or tablet or smartphone. And we do it we don't want the media or the telecom company to change their environment, so we do it using their existing environment.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it fair to say that you would like to replicate for video content what Pandora did for music? And
yeah.
If the answer is yes, then what are the lessons learned from the Pandora ups and downs?
So I think what in one part it's true, except that we don't want to go. We are not B2C. We are a B2B company. So we are leveraging the brands of other. I mean, we are providing basically in the environment of existing media brands the same feature as Pandora, if you want, right? To avoid to have to create all the audience. So we solved the problem without creating another one, which was basically building an audience and getting people to understand and basically getting to market.
Nicolas Stegman from Stupeflix in France.
Stupeflix is a magic tech that turns web content into beautiful videos that you can watch anywhere. So we're breaking new ground for web publishers, enabling them to reach their audiences on new devices, TVs, iPads, set-top boxes, by turning their web content into broadcast quality TV programming automatically and in real time. So this is an e-commerce video. So it's been scrapped from the product page. We are taking the picture, the text, everything, and animate everything completely automatically. So no human intervention at all in this video. And we've had the pleasure to be embedded last week on YouTube. So if you go to youtube.com/create, you can use Stupeflix. That's a consumer product that we have to create videos from your holiday pictures or a video for your small business. Anything you want.
That was super interesting. And I got a couple of questions. I'll start with one. What is the kind of setup time and cost for a client, and what improvement in engagement or click-through have you seen through doing this?
So the setup involves mainly creating the template, the animated template, and that's one key feature of the technology, because you can create it using the industry standard from Adobe, which is called After Effects. So every freelancer motion designer can use it, but that's still a setup cost. So it can take up to between 1 day and 1 week to create a very nice template. But after that, you can reuse it, you can infuse it with dynamic assets. And the engagement, difficult to say actually, because it's something that was not really, it's difficult to compare with anything that was previously possible, because publishers could not think of a way to produce millions of video on the fly. So we've just integrated with Paru Vendu, which is the second largest classified provider in France, but it was like 2 weeks ago, so we're still waiting for the engagement metrics.
Right, on to our next presenter, who is Louis van Prosdy from France, from Fairplay Interactive.
We solved a problem which is mostly many people think that there is nothing interesting in TV tonight, and they have access to hundreds of TV channels, but it's always hard to find something interesting. On demand is great, but most of people don't know what they want to see. So we found that the solution is a user-centric lean-back TV experience. So we are a unicorn delivery platform. We are a platform. We deliver one signal per TV viewer. It's a fully personalized TV experience. It's an interactive TV channel connected to the social networks like Facebook, Twitter, and it's also multi-screen because you can watch your TV on tablets, which we think it's going to be the second screen. You can zap within the TV channel, and you respect the TV user experience. It's a very simple engagement. It's full lean-back. We need no additional hardware because we go through the set-top box of the cable and IPTV operators. And we adjust the discovery level to respect the diversity of moods of TV viewers. We validated our model with a solid business case, steady revenue streams, and we share the potential upside of the success of the platform with the operators.
And how do you deploy? So if I want it on television, does that mean new hardware, or can you remote deploy across incumbent hardware?
In fact, we integrate inside the operator's own VOD system, and we linearize the VOD system. So they don't have to buy any server. We just bring the server, which automatically linearizes the content at the operator side.
So there's no legacy issues, providing there's some sort of IPTV.
Right.
And our next presenter is Joseph Dana from CamUp from the USA.
Our service is called CamUp. CamUp.com is a fully browser-based service that allows users to create multimedia rooms in which to invite all their friends from all over the world to enjoy entertainment together. It supports any format, as now we'll see. You can embed from any popular network, whether it's YouTube, Vimeo, SoundCloud. You can upload, obviously, any video format, pictures, or anything, and everyone in the world that you can invite. You can make the room private or public, or just open it to anyone. They can come together, view the same content with you at the same time. You have conferencing utility over the content. And so it's a great way to showcase your life and work to the world, to be always in touch with the ones that you love, whether they're from all over the world, and to meet like-minded people that shares your same passions and interests. There's the market is obviously huge for a service like this. It's free, but we run some subscription terms, which allows users to have more space, bigger file size. The rooms can also be customized and branded by companies around entertainment. And for us, we're really focusing on creating a new pay-per-view module where one person in the room can rent a movie or an album, and the other 7 can watch it for free, their friends. And so you rent it for a day. And also for movies premieres, where finally probably we find a solution that has never been possible before, because people are always reluctant to pay for content online, because there's always this individual experience where you have to pay something and be on YouTube alone. While here, you create that social experience. You actually see the people that are with you in that moment. Just imagine if you could watch a video on YouTube, and now you see one of our colleagues just became a dog. This is just an example of how also working with avatars for companies, you can create an environment around a company image that everyone could be zombies if you're premiering a zombie movies. And it's just create an extremely beautiful environment to do premieres for all those movies that cannot reach the mass market, but also for looking ahead. As entertainment is drastically shifting online, this could be the right platform for everyone to enjoy entertainment together from all over the world.
Describe how that works from a legal or content distribution rights standpoint.
For the subscription module?
Yeah, so renting a movie and then sharing with 10 other people.
Oh, yeah, this we are really in early talks. This is the dream, really. We believe that it's possible. It's just like you rent a movie, a blockbuster, and then you invite your friends over, but just in a remote and global scale. We would like also to expand it to the music, where you don't have to buy an album, but you could just either do a preview of songs. And the more interesting thing is that apart from the movies or the album, you can actually have the artist with you in the room, or the producers, or a journalist with you, engaging you in the contest. And because you can create playlists of the environment, and all the users in the room can contribute to that playlist in real time, then it makes the sharing of entertainment a great thing. And so you could have all the making of, the behind-the-scene interviews, and then the movies. And it's a great way, really, to get together around entertainment. And we believe that with the right funding to secure advances for TV shows, you could have the whole Baywatch season, and you do marathons of people where they just log in, thousands of people to watch something. It can be done. It's just missing the right platform, I believe, until now, because there was always this individual barrier, which I believe that we have broken down.
From Finland, Futurecode, Jim Solati.
And I'm presenting here my company, Futurecode, and my love, Dibidogs. And to really show how much I love Dibidogs, I'll use 90 seconds of these 5 minutes to show you what Dibidogs is all about. So Futurecode is actually a company based on market research, creativity consultation, and we also create our own content. And we invested 6.2 million euros to this project of ours, which was actually created by children themselves, with Chinese children and Finnish children working together, creating the content, storyline, characters, etc. And then more countries are joining in, like the Indonesian kids on the upper right corner. And last year we got a very warm welcome from MIP Junior and MIPCOM. We were selected to be the only preschool finalist in the world to enter 2 finals, the Kids Jury and Global Licensing. And since that we have been able to sell Dibidogs to 11 countries already, and we have already about 5 to 10 million viewers and 20 to 50 million viewers by the end of this year, mainly thanks to the big Chinese market. So to sum up what makes Dibidogs unique, it's the interactive augmented reality through web camera, through mobile phones, but also taking the applications and the technique on the streets. And since we have so many viewers, this is a really excellent position for licensing and merchandising and publishing too. And the next steps with the investor would be to make an augmented reality book with over 100 markers, so the book really becomes an interactive movie then, and to take this Divi City work to the biggest metropolitan areas of the world and bringing AR also into TV. Thank you.
It's interesting to see a startup from Helsinki break into China. So how did you manage this? What are the distribution channels?
Actually, I didn't have any experience on the TV side, not on the Chinese market. We just wanted to meet Chinese producers at the beginning, and I asked my Chinese teacher to contact as many Chinese animation studios as possible. And then in January 2007, we made the first trip, visited 30 partners, potential partners there, and continued our search after that. And we have kind of done everything by ourselves to find the partners in China. And of course, we have made the animation, the stories created by kids, the stories written in Finland by one of the most famous Finnish writers. The animation is done by my good friend in Guangzhou, southern China, and with his help we have of course approached the Chinese media too. And one of the key reasons also why Chinese media becomes so interested in this is the involvement of kids, and Chinese government has actually now chosen creativity to be one of the key areas in the country. And I have published some books about creativity also in Chinese to Chinese market, so that has been helping here.